So, not too long ago, a new Valorant map dropped, Corrode. The community is loving it. But here's the thing, most players are still figuring it out. So, in this video, I'll show you how to actually play it in the right way, based on pro level comps, map control priorities, and the pushes and setups that will make you dominate ranked. My name is Leonard and I am a former tier 2 pro and top 100 Radiant. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what agents to pick, what areas to fight for, and how to control the map like the pros. Let's jump into it. Corrode is a 3-lane, 2-side map, and if you think about it, it kinda reminds me of something. Yes, it's similar to Ascent, but it has even more emphasis on verticality and tight corridors. This verticality allows defenders to stand their ground, even when bombarded with utilities, and fall back in any moment they need. So, in attack, brute forcing through smokes or abilities won't work for you. You must plan carefully. Mid control is king, more so than on any other maps. Controlling the middle of the map is crucial for both attackers and defenders. It allows for faster rotations and easier executes for attackers, and easier retakes for defenders. Now, let's get into the agents. The map is still new, but the meta is already gravitating towards specific compositions. For the duelist role, the best picks will be Yoru because of how big the map is. His TPs allow him to rotate quickly and pressure multiple points on the map both in attack and defense. Plus, his flash is really strong for pushing out of a smoke or Viper wall. Neon because of how good her stunts are and easy to use in the corridors. Plus, she can also quickly rotate thanks to her high gear ability. Her wall also can be quite useful to cut the site in half when pushing out. Raids, her nades and boombot are super strong in the tight corners and corridors. Also, her satchels can help a lot to move quicker in the map. I wouldn't suggest to use Jett, just because the agents I listed prior are better pick, but she's also playable. Now, for the revealer, the best pick will be Fade. You can easily throw her hunt up on the roofs and prowler the close corners. And her ult can take easily the whole site either in attack or defense. If you're into double initiator comp, then as a flasher, I would use KO. It's really easy to knife sight and it covers the whole area. His ult is really strong too. Gecko as well isn't a bad choice. As for the smoker part, Omen will be the safest option. Because of how big the map is, Clove and Brimstone aren't good. Viper is really strong because of the verticality of the map and how good her wall is in exploiting that. As a solo smoker, she is not enough though, so I suggest play her with an Omen instead of KO or Gecko. As for the last role, which is Sentinel, the best option is Cypher. His trapwires and spycam are perfect for big maps and good in maintaining map control. Also Vice is really good because of how easy it is to ult and take the whole site and attack or retake as defenders. And her wall is also really efficient for map control. Now, let's talk about the strategic approach you should have on this map, starting from the attack. On attack, control is everything. A raw rush through a site is nearly impossible. Instead, coordinate. Focus on taking mid to create a two-front threat. Starting from the default round, I advise to focus more on taking mid, so we can play Cypher on B, where he can easily take space and gather info with his cam without risking his death. Omen, Yoru and Fade mid with a Viper wall, trying to punish defenders for overextending. They're gonna be taking mid control and playing for trade. And Viper towards A to hold down map control and lurk in case of a possibility. If someone doesn't know, a default round is a round in which you do not commit to anything in the first 10 to 20 seconds. You play safe for trade and move based on what the defenders do. As an example, if they push hard A, you can speed up B. Because if they're fighting A, chances are there are at least 3 players there. So it will make sense for you to just go B, because it should be weaker. Now, let's talk about how to attack A. I don't really suggest to execute A without having any mid control. But if you're doing it, then I suggest to smoke off elbow with Viper smoke, place the same Viper wall on mid. Cypher is gonna play as a lurk on mid, and he's gonna try to push up A link once you guys have a main and are going out yard. You can use Yoru clone and Fade Prowler to clear close spaces. By smoking out elbow, you're making it easier for you, because you're just gonna need to focus on one thing, so yard. After you have taken yard, you can go and focus on elbow together. Omen smokes side and can also flash, either yard if needed or side like this. So it's easier for you to clear. If you don't take elbow, then one of you should stay behind to cover it, and you end up planting behind metal. One of you can try to stay side, other play from a link and try to contest elbow, and play after plant with mollies and spams. A better option in my opinion will be an A split. with which 3 people are gonna go through A link. It's gonna be Yoru, Fade, and Omen. Viper and Cypher through A main. By doing this, it's gonna be much more easier to take yard because you're gonna hit it from 2 different parts. Once you got that, this time I suggest to take elbow control. Cypher and Viper should be the one to do it, since they're closer. Obviously, others can also help them, either with their presence or abilities. If, when hitting A, you want to prioritize and take elbow, then you can change up the Viper wall and do it like this. This way, you can again divide the 2 parts and fight elbow alone. I suggest to clear it with Fade Prowler. When hitting A from elbow, make sure to smoke here with Omen, to cut CT off. When it comes to B, I really don't advise to go if you don't have any ultimates. Splitting up B is really difficult because of how deep into the map you have to get to be able to split, and rushing it down just from one small entrance can be quite challenging. That's why, if you have an ultimate as Fade, Yoru or Omen, it can make your experience in pushing out B much more successful and enjoyable. If for example you wanna go out there with a Fade ult, I suggest to throw it like this, with Omen smoke here, and also flash here, and Yoru flash to push out of the defender's smokes after the Fade ult. Also, this Fade lineup is really strong in clearing sight. Viper is gonna place the same wall and Cypher is gonna place the same traps, so you're not gonna get lured. Also, Cypher is gonna try to lure down mid to help you in the afterplant when the defenders are gonna be retaking. If you still wanna try to split B, then this is how you wanna do it. Cypher and Viper on B main, playing slowly and holding space. Viper places the same wall and Cypher the same traps. Yoru, Fade and Omen are gonna go mid. Slowly but steadily, they're gonna get closer to top mid. They can clear space with Fade Prowler or push through enemy smokes with Yoru flashes if needed. Once Viper wall is about to go down, Omen smokes top mid. When everyone are in position, so they have B link and others have B main, Omen is gonna smoke like this. Fade is gonna reveal here, and you both are gonna push side contemporarily from 2 different areas. Also, consider buying Odin at times to spam the diffuser, since the walls on this map are really thin. Now, that was it for the attack. Let's go to the defense. In defense, early in the round, focus on gathering information and delaying the attackers. Don't just sit and camp in sight. Fight for A main, B main and mid. Contest space. If you just sit and wait, you will lose. The basic distribution will be like this. Viper and Omen, A. Start close, not too aggressive, but still fight for the space, with the Viper walls that cover both A main and mid. Also, Omen can smoke A main like this, start round, to make it easier to hold and more difficult for the attacker to clear. Yoru, I suggest to play A link with ATP toward B. He can make combo plays with Fade that will be B link, as flash and reveal at the same time, so enemies don't destroy it and get spotted, or he can also just try to push it down. Another variation is that Yoru can also start window with Fade directly. In this case, it's better to throw his TP towards A for rotation. Cypher is gonna play B side alone, and with Fade on quick rotation in case. He can play as he prefers, from tower to be safe and catch somebody in a trap, backside to be closer to Fade, or elbow. Although, by playing this way, you're not contesting B at all. It's true that Fade can reveal it, which is why she starts B link. But I also suggest to play Fade and Cypher, both a little bit more aggressive towards B, trying to clear the area with Prowlers and more aggressive Cypher camps, leaving Yoru alone mid, who is still gonna place his TP towards A, and fight on mid without being too aggressive because A and B main are the focus here. When it comes down to retake on this map, guys, it's fundamental that you split up. Retaking without mid and just from CT is really weak and easy to hold for attackers. I suggest to retake both from mid and CT to maximize the outcome and make it more difficult for attackers since they are gonna be needing to hold more areas at once. With this, we have covered everything you need to know about Corrode and how to play it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe, join our Discord where we host weekly group WOD reviews and help people improve. If you have any questions, comment them down below. I'll answer each one of them, and I'll see you guys in the next guide. Bye.